Hey, it's Albert Orange, and welcome to the 61st episode of Pod by Orange. Thank you for clicking on this episode, whatever you're on. If you're on your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, your Windows computer, PC, maybe even your PlayStation. You could do that, you can actually go to like the PlayStation version of Safari and Google Chrome. You could just go on the internet there and just like search up this podcast and just play the podcast through that. You can actually do that, just like use the PlayStation Internet Explorer, which that's one way of doing it. If that's your preferred way of listening to this podcast, you just rather listen to it on PlayStation. Hey, have at it. I'm not judging. I think that's actually kind of cool. Maybe you're listening to this podcast while you're playing I don't know, that new Hogwarts game, which I'm thinking about playing, thanks to a suggestion from a friend of mine. I'm thinking about playing it, and maybe uploading. Let's just say I'm thinking about incorporating some gameplay into this whole venture of mine with the YouTube channel. Let's just say that. But enough of that. We got some stuff to talk about. First of all, I didn't get to mention this in the last episode. And by the way, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're all getting ready for Super Bowl weekend. I know I am. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready to see it when it comes around. I'm still coughing, by the way. That's like the first time I've coughed this episode. It only took me like 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which isn't that bad. I think it's getting better. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about this episode was it was something that I failed to mention the last episode because I got so hung up on the microphone breaking and stuff. It's the whole Chinese spy balloon thing that's been happening as of late. It's been the new topic this week. It's been the talk of the week. All right. One of the big things that's been happening is, they found some, balloons, some big white balloons in the air just flying. And I don't know how the army, the Pentagon, whatever, how the military knows that it's Chinese, but they're saying it's Chinese, okay? Excuse me. And, they've just been flying around, okay? So, just China just sent over a bunch of balloons to spy on us, which, I got a theory about that. But before I present it to you, I just thought of something, like, first of all, how did they get a balloon to fly a balloon over from China to the United States? Like you'd have to make the balloon go all the way across the Atlantic. Or not the Atlantic, the Pacific. I mean, they could do it over the Atlantic. They could literally start from China and have the balloon move west, They could do that, I guess, but I think the more efficient route to do it would be, going east, right? You'd have to fly the balloon through the Pacific, all the way through the Pacific, so many miles of ocean just to reach our shores. You know what I mean? And like, how do you like? I mean, it's a balloon. It's not like it has a thruster or anything. It's not like it has a jet on it. I would think. I don't do research on this type of stuff. Okay, I never do, ever. And it's not like a point of pride or anything. It's just like I don't do research. But like, it's a balloon for crying out loud. Like you can't like fly it or anything. For like over an entire ocean. That just like what kind of technology are we working with here? But anyways, I got a theory about this, okay? I got a theory. So everyone's so worked up about this, okay? They all think that China is so evil to do this type of stuff, to do this thing, to spy on us, okay? But people, come on. Like, let me give you my theory here, okay? Look, and I just want to say this to President Xi Jinping of the Democratic Republic of China, whatever, the People's Republic of China, okay? I want to say this to him, all right? As my future peer, okay? As my future, because I am gonna eventually, be in charge of Earth, okay? So, I might as well start the relationship right now. President Xi, I really respect what you're doing. One can even say I'm proud. But you're not fooling anybody, pal. All right, you're not fooling anybody. Cause here's my theory on what's been happening, what's really happening. Okay, look, a balloon with a spy camera flying over our country. That's fun. That's really fun. It's brilliant. It's simple. It's fun. Okay? So simple. Like, why didn't we think of that? I think it's because we're just so, we're so removed from our childlike, imaginations, that we just don't think of this stuff. But I gotta hand it to you. It's very simple, espionage technique. Okay. But I can see through it. And here's my theory, like I've been saying for like the millionth time now. I don't think that's real. I think you're already spying on us. You're already spying on us in some way or another. Okay, whether it be through TikTok or through some nefarious, some rogue citizens. Okay, like how they had in like that TV show, The Americans, with the Russian people learning American accents. During the Cold War, so they can spy on us here. Of course, that was a fictional TV show, but like, what if you had that same, what if you had the same thing here, What I'm saying is the balloons are a red herring, okay? They want you to believe that this is what they're using to spy on us, okay? That this is how they are spying on us, okay? And this is how they're getting us, okay? But look, it's not so simple, okay? They're already spying on us through other things, okay? Again, like I said, whether it's through TikTok or through some, I don't know, maybe some like, I don't know, like maybe they hacked into my MacBook Pro or something, and maybe that's why they made it so my microphone doesn't work. Maybe they're recording me through my iPhone. which would be very, very bad. Or, maybe they hacked into our TVs and my dog is barking outside at something. That didn't sound good. The point is, China is already spying on us. And they know that we're going to find out. They know we're going to find out eventually. So they just whipped this up. Okay, some guy just said, hey, like, why don't we just give them this? They'll think it's funny. We think it's funny. They're going to find out that we're spying on them through their coffee mugs or whatever that we send them over and buy from us, they're going to find out at some point. So why don't we just send them this red herring, okay? And then, maybe that'll buy us some time. That's what I think. Okay? And I'm not some sort of conspiracy theorist or anything, okay? I'm just that's my theory, and that's all I got to say about that, okay? And on that note, I got to say, what are we doing to spy on them? I want answers from our military, from our CIAs, okay? If we're so outraged at these guys, how do we know that our government isn't spying on them? There's always got to be spies, you know what I mean? Like, there's always got to be somebody to make sure the other guys, just to see what's up, you know what I mean? There's got to be, like, once you got sovereign nations, okay, and maybe some of them don't get along with the other, but, like, they can't really do anything about it because one hasn't done anything bad first, so, like, you know what I mean? It's like what I was talking about with when Nick Sirianni made that face during the NFC Championship game where, like, he nodded up and down, and it's like, I want to punch that guy's face, but, like, I can't do anything about that. Like, if I was actually right there at the sideline with him, working for the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, and I saw him do that, no matter how much I want to punch his face, because his face just looks so punchable, I can't do it, because all he did was just nod up and down to the camera, okay? And that's not a crime, it's not an offense, it's not hurting anybody, okay? The same way that I think Nick Sirianni looked very punchable is the same way that we think that China should, I guess, like, convert to a more capitalistic economy, and like, ideally, in a perfect world, we would all want China to change its ways to be more like us, but we can't make them. We can't make them through coercion or whatever, so we just kind of had to, like, live and let live. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's all I gotta say, G. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you're ready for my eventual takeover of the world. I will be voted president of your country. That's the whole point of this podcast, is so I can rule the world. Okay, so I can be the president, and I can just do whatever I want. I could just, I could be like George W. Bush in that Robot Chicken sketch, where he pretends he's a Jedi, and he just orders a taco from one of his aides. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Those balloons, they're just red herrings. It's not real. Anyways, How you doing? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. As I said before, I'm repeating myself. Oh boy. Why don't we talk about sports for a little bit? I'm not gonna go too much into it. Let's just talk about sports, shall we? Let's just talk about sports. By the way, um, I want to make this episode a little bit shorter today. Uh, Probably like 30 minutes or so. Just because my gym, my local Planet Fitness, closes at 10. And right now it's 7:23, which means, let's see, if I do another 15 minutes, it'll be 7... What will it be? Hold on, 23 plus 15 would be... plus 5 would be 28. So it would be 7:38 by the time I finish this, you know. And I want to get this episode uploaded on Spotify by 9, so I'll schedule it by then. But, of course, I gotta, go over it and, make sure the audio wasn't out of whack, I gotta, prepare the episode, come up with the description, come up with the title, get all of that sorted out, upload it to Anchor and stuff, which will take another, I don't know, half hour or whatever. And then I'm heading over to the gym, and that'll take me maybe an hour and a half. So I'm just trying to give myself some room. Because I got this killer leg workout idea that I want to try. I'm gonna do some heavy squats, and then I'm gonna do some single leg presses on the leg machine, on one of the leg machines. It's not the leg press machine that I'm gonna go on, the one where you sit down. And you got excuse me, this freaking cough. And then you gotta you got the whole platform above you. It's not one of those. It's one of those where you sit down and you move the rest of the body. You don't move the platform with your feet. You move the seat that you sit on, and it slides along this track, and then it pushes you forward once you're done. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. But I'm gonna do single leg presses on those because I feel like those gave the last time I did those were really I felt those a lot in my glutes. So yeah, I feel like that'll be a nice contraction. It's the same thing as Bulgarian split squats, but it's somehow it's just not the same. It's the same movement, but it's not the same contractions, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Anyways, a unilateral leg press, whatever, exercise, something like a lunge or a split squat, a step up, I'm gonna that's a very underrated thing to put in your leg workout, because it's all about you look at all of these YouTube channels, and I'm not saying that some of these guys don't emphasize unilateral I can't even talk unilateral work for the legs, but it's just much of the attention is focused on the squat, the Romanian deadlift, the deadlift, the frickin' which is it's like a glute bridge, but it's the hip thrust, not as much emphasis put on the unilateral side of things. You know what I mean? So, and I think those are excellent for glutes. And I've done Bulgarian split squats for a long time. That's what I did for my unilateral exercise. But for some reason, I can't. Sometimes I would get soreness in my glutes. Sometimes I wouldn't. I feel like with the single leg press exercise, that'll change a few things up. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Because with the Bulgarian split squats, it's like hit or miss, Like it's supposed to target the glutes, but sometimes it just doesn't, And what's even weirder is like you do one leg, right? Okay, and then you feel it in your glutes, and then you do the other leg, and like I don't know if it's because of fatigue or whatever, but you do the other leg, and then you just don't feel it in the glute anymore. It's like it's weird. Anyways, comment down below. See what you think. Anyways, here's the sports segment introductory theme for Pod by Orange. Here it is. I hope the volume's down. Okay. There we go. That was the sports segment theme for Pod by Orange. Anyways, I already said it about 4 times now, but the Eagles are going to win. I like the Eagles. I don't like the fans. At least not when they pelted those poor 49er fans with snowballs. I don't know if you've ever seen that video. Look up Philadelphia Eagle fans, snowballs, throw snowballs to 49ers fans. Look up that video and see how you feel after that. And I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, so maybe one or two snowballs is fine, But they're at your home stadium, at the Eagles Lincoln Financial Field, okay? They just came up to show they just came to watch their team play. It's an away game for them. And then these Philadelphia Eagles fans, they just pelt these guys with snowballs. And they just keep throwing the snowballs. It's ridiculous. Just snowball after just like there must have been like 15 people throwing snowballs at those 49ers fans, and it was just 2 of them. It was just brutal. And I know it happened a long time ago, but it's just like seeing that video makes me really not care who wins in this game. Not that I did, anyways, beforehand. But if the Chiefs win, then it'll be cool. But if the Eagles win, then that'll also be cool. It's good for football that these guys win. Especially given that 2010s decade. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyways, getting back to other sports. as I said, the Eagles are going to win that game, and let's just see if I'm right. I'm I had some predictions to as to like what I think, as to what I think that the Seahawks will I don't know how I think they'll do next year. But I'm gonna reserve those for a later date, because they're just barely entering the off season. I gotta say though, Geno Smith is our guy. Okay, I've doubted him in the past, and I think it was because of it was good reason. It was for good reason. Um, you know, uh, there were times where he just kind of just didn't deliver the way that I wanted him to. Um, but I gotta just give him credit where credit's due. He did have a phenomenal season. He made some of the cleanest throws that I've ever seen. And I've said it once, and I'll keep saying it. That first touchdown of the season to Will Dissly, the very first Seattle drive of the 2022 season against the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. That touchdown pass to Will Dissly. Okay, you've got to see this. Okay, he was feeling the pressure. He was in, very close to getting sacked. Somehow he escapes, but throws it to Will Dissly, who makes a jump pass or a jump catch, which was also not really a jump, but he did like a little. He let his calves do the jumping. Let's just say that. And he just did like a little hop and just caught that ball, and from there it was just open season. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that because I wanted them to win that game so freaking bad. Even though I love Russell Wilson, despite all that charity thing, scandal that his charity is going through. I'll never forget that touchdown pass. It was an amazing pass, and Geno Smith has had you know I just don't like it when he throws those picks, but you know what, I gotta remind myself that it just happens, and this team is still in development, and I just don't, the way things are going right now, I don't see them. I don't see them doing any worse next season. Let's just say that. I don't see them. I expect them to win a lot more games than they did this season, and I expect them to make the playoffs. And I'm pretty confident. I think it's a safe bet that they'll make the playoffs the way they're going right now. Especially if we're getting like some of our injured guys back. Maybe Rashad Penny. Maybe I don't know who else was injured. I don't know. Travis Homer was he injured? I don't do research here. Hold on. Is Travis Homer? Hold on. Travis Homer. Let's see here. Boy, is he? Because I know he got injured, but hold on. What about Seahawks? Seahawks injuries. Seattle Seahawks injuries. Let's see here. Yeah, Jordan Brooks. If we can get it back. Let's see here. Jamal Adams, Will Dissly. Oh boy. Yeah, Travis Homer. All of these guys back. If we can get them healthy during the off season. That would be great. And yeah, I just don't see them doing any worse than how they did, and that I'll leave it at that. Anyways, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, Geno Smith has had a great season so far, and I've had my doubts about him, but I think he's the guy. I think he's a franchise quarterback for Seattle. He said he wants to finish his career in Seattle. I don't see anybody else going in there and taking his job. So he better be the starter from now on. At least until Pete Carroll retires, because I think that's a lot closer than a lot of people would like to think. So, anyways, what else was I gonna say? Let me cough here for a second while I think. Oh man, yeah, the Seahawks are just gonna be a real contender next season, next year. And I just can't wait. I can't wait. I've only got, how long until, it starts in September, the next season. September. So, 7 months, just about, 6, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, and I think, I've got some other theories. Okay, I've got some other predictions that I would like to lay out in the future, but not now. I'll just leave it at that. Seahawks are going to be real contenders next season, and that's all I'll say for now. I checked with the Kraken. Okay, the Seattle Kraken. They're on a 3. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just looked it up. Hold on a minute. Oh man, why did I close the tabs? Okay, let's see here. NHL. I think they're on a 3-game losing streak. They are. Oh boy. So they haven't moved at all from 63 points. The Golden Knights are at 66 points. And the Oilers, who is it? Where are they from? The Edmonton Oilers are in second place with 63 as well, so they're tied with the Kraken. Oh man, that's interesting. The Kraken were so close. They keep getting so freaking close to getting a few games up from the Kings and the Golden Knights, but it's the race is still anybody's. It's still anybody's race in that division, the Pacific Division of the NHL. So I'm rooting for those guys. I've been watching some highlights of the Seattle Kraken, man. Do yourself a favor if you haven't seen any of the highlights for Seattle Kraken. I mean, they look real good. Anytime on that on the rink, the rinks, what's the plural for rinks for a rink? It's got to be rinks, right? Arenas, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they look real good. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say for this sports segment. And the XFL season starts a week and a day from today, which should be fun. I'm gonna try to maybe do a live stream of some sort to maybe call the game. I've realized it doesn't really make a lot of sense to do a play-by-play announcement and then just not live stream it. So who knows? I'll see what I can do. Anyways, yeah, that's what you can look forward to. A bunch of stuff to look forward to for the YouTube channel. Yeah, By the way, anybody who's clicked on my latest episode of the podcast, episode 60, I got 9 views on that, which is just, that's crazy. I don't know how it got 9 views. It usually, one of these episodes, they usually get maybe my 2 to 4 views. 9 views in what 24 hours, something like that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Thank you to anybody who's listened to that. Let me play the sports theme outro real quickly, huh? There you go. All right. Let me get the language list here. Hold on, my piano was doing something weird, but it's fine. It's just a button that I pressed on accident. Can I turn it off, please? Can I turn it? Okay. Alright. Yeah, my piano was doing something weird there. Anyways, let me get my language list out. I never have it prepared. Where is it? Where? Okay. Here we go. Alright, so thank you to everybody who tuned in, clicked on this episode. Thank you for deciding to spend your time listening to me, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say. And until next time, as the Swedish say, adieu, adieu. It's very suspiciously similar to adios. Adieu with the double dots over the O. Adieu. All right. Take care.